Dude, you want to try it?
Okay.
You can't even get to the coffee. Like, just try that, like, creamy stuff on the top. Like, how thick it is.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. Hell yeah. I mean, it's delicious. Thank you.
Probably have stuff on my lip as we do our interview
That's how it
here,
goes.
so.
I remember our conversation last fall.
Yeah.
And I was remembering because, like, this is not the shit you're supposed to talk about in a cafe.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, that's what I'm excited about. Because I love that we get to have those conversations. And I always find myself having those conversations. And I think a lot of other people do too.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't really talk about how, like, we're crying in a cafe over a recent breakup.
Yeah.
And like there's such a human element in like such a common like third space, and I love that exists.
It's a great thing with your focus on cafes, right? Is like way more happens there than, you know, coffee and people on laptops, you know?
So much happens. And it's really interesting trying to articulate that in my work and like what I'm doing. And I feel like I see it when I take, like when I have a photo of them when I did the feature on Cafe, me seeing the composition, like not only compositionally, but like what is happening in the photo in a cafe. I'm just like, I see all of that. I'm like, how do I articulate that over time? Like that's what's beautiful about art, and that's what speaks to people about it before they even know what it is that they're feeling.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, just because your photography obviously like really matches up with that. It's just like, what are people actually doing? Catching them in the moment. You're catching them just in what they're doing. So to me, it's that same idea of like people coming in, what's on their face.
Like the drink.
Yeah, not that could be the drink, but no, just like emotion or happiness or, you know, whatever it is, those deep conversations or those feelings, like you said, what comes up when it's something more.
Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it.
So beautiful.
So cute.
Really nice cup. You got the fancy Peru one, right? They're limited.
Yeah, SL9.
Yeah.
The water quality is like kind of holy shit.
Ooh, good point. What do they do? How do they?
Oh, he was back there with like a dropper putting in certain amounts of different.
I didn't even think about that. I mean, that makes sense. I've read about that before, but you just don't think of the work that they really put into it.
Yeah, you do it well. So thanks for doing this again with me.
Yeah, happy to do it.
What's been hitting for you lately?
I think maybe what's coming to mind now is that idea of like kind of trusting. You know, things are definitely not the path that I thought. They're not as structured. Things are a little, you know, I had a contract that is ending, or it's been very kind of confusing kind of thing, but just one of those things that's like, oh, now what? But then also on the flip side, I'm just like, that's completely fine. So just that trust, choosing something that maybe isn't the standard, the safe route, and just continuing to lean into that and genuinely like being really happy about it.
How often do you oscillate between holy shit, what's happening, and genuine happiness?
It's a good question. I actually spend a lot more time in the calm these days.
Yeah.
I'm just so grateful for this period in my life. I don't know. It's probably still at least weekly, you know, that at least there's a little bit of that resurgence of like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You know, what's the plan? What's the business plan? What's the goal? You got to do this. You got to do that. You're not doing that. You know, those sort of thoughts come up. But luckily, I'm usually able to move out of that pretty quickly.
Is it a nervous system thing? Is it, I've dealt with this before. Do you ever get used to, is it like bigger problems and you just progressively navigate the bigger problems? Like, what is it that gives you the resilience?
Gosh, I almost just want to say I've changed my brain, the way that I operate, the way that I perceive things. So it's definitely the timing in my life. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it wasn't the same. I mean, just being older, I think, you know, comes with age. Definitely just the experience of life and watching other people age.
Is it a little bit of like the wisdom and age / like fuck it mentality?
I think that's a fair thing to say. Just like, with midlife and, you know, all that stuff. There's definitely that shedding of, oh wait, there really is no rules here.
Yeah.
All this stuff that I, you know, thought I had to be doing or living up to, or was the right thing, or a feeling of like having to keep some things quiet because that person wouldn't understand or they're going to judge me or like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can show up as my authentic self and not worry about that comparison or judgment, which of course is all internal. It's me.
Yeah, just like an opportunity to understand yourself more. And it keeps, you know, coming up in my conversations, in my feed, in everything in life, in my writing. It'll just surface. But I'm just like, what is it to truly just no holds barred, just like say what you want to say, do what you know you want to do, and trust? And what does it mean to have varying stakes? You know, at different parts in our life, like whether it's a relationship, you say something and you're like, I just need to say this, and this might mean the end of a relationship, or I just might need to do this, and it might mean the end of one of my income streams coming in, or it might mean that like everything dries up, but I know I need to go in this direction. And I'm like, how do I just ultimately like trust that process?
Yeah.
Look at the potential of zero in my bank account. What am I going to do about it? I'm like, always know that I can do something, always know that I have done something, but also just like taking these chances to where like the swings get bigger and then there's a real opportunity for like feeling totally fucked. I've seen it pan out in like relationships and see how I get stronger, and I'm like actually happier, and finances is big, work, and like just feeling positive about the work I'm doing in the world. Like all of those things play into it.
Yeah, I think that the balance can be tough sometimes. That's where when you first started saying that, that's what I was really thinking about. Oh, the balance of like, oh, the times you got to kind of rein it in. But I quickly shifted to, it's all experience, and nothing is more beneficial than experience.
Okay.
So even if you fuck up and you do it completely and you're just like, I should have never done that.
Yeah.
You have learned a great lesson for moving forward. You're not failing, you're not winning, you're not any of that. It's just my goal is more experiences.
So as long as we're alive, we're successful.
Yeah. As long as you have that experience and then you're able to take something from it. But you just keep doing it over and over and you're not advancing or changing or whatever, then, you know, that would be different.
Sure.
But as long as you're taking that, like you said, in the relationship, in the job.
It feels so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
I mean, I noticed, I just launched a recent writing project and it was titled, Please Watch Me Fail. Like occasionally I'm like, do I really want to put myself in that position? But I'm wondering how much I've been like kind of obsessing about that lately. Yeah. Like, do I want to just assume success? And am I not assuming success? Am I assuming failure in the process just because I'm learning to accept failure?
Say more about that. What do you like?
So I'm pretty comfy with like fucking up.
Okay.
I'm getting comfy with it. So I'm part of a dance group. Talks a lot about having curiosity instead of ambition. And I like the nuance. When you have ambition, there's an intention around it, and there's an opportunity for that intention to fall. And so, like, this is in dance, but, like, also in life, analogically, like, I'm just like, okay, there's an opportunity for me to go in this direction, but then that kind of closes me off to certain potential if I'm too focused on that ambition.
Yeah.
But if I'm curious, I'm like, well, I'm thinking about going in this direction, but I'm more open. And it's almost like a boundaryless space to be curious, which again can be helpful, but then sometimes I'm like, would it benefit me more to be more focused, to have more expectation and go in that in a specific direction and like think about nothing else?
What's behind it? Is it, oh, this will be good financially, this will be a quick win?
It's like a progressive knowing of what resonates for myself.
Okay.
And just be like, this fucking aligns. How do you make that decision? When you are asking yourself where to go, like, is it...
At this point in my life, it's
Okay.
this just feels good.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, warming my heart, it's filling me up in some way. I think I always still have a little bit of a two-lane, still that balance of, okay, I'm holding on to a little bit of safety and security and doing things maybe that I don't enjoy. That being said, I'm still doing it in a way that feels better to me. Working for myself, like, you know, I've made decisions about it so I can still do this work, but I'm doing it in a way that I choose, that I have control over. So Yeah, so to what you said, it's that same idea of like, this just feels good to me. And that's why I was curious if that's what you were doing or if there was any of that, like, I just have to do this.
But I wonder if I'm starting to sense the difference between like being pulled in that direction because of like a certain external pressure. And what that means to go in that direction. My response that just happened was, I don't have the answers. I'm learning how much I just don't fucking know.
It's so funny that you just said that though, because in my mind I was just going, there is no right or wrong answer. No matter what, it's not like something you have to figure out, but it's good to just what we're both doing is just thinking about it. Like rolling it around in our heads, like, oh, what's the perspective? Why am I doing that? I think that's the value in it. Not that was wrong, this is right. I think that's the stuff that gets us stuck in shame and perfection and all that.
I just want an answer. It's really interesting.
I just want an answer.
Yeah.
Don't we all? I get that way. I notice for me, again, one of those things that I've related back to childhood, but a lot of times I want somebody else to figure it out for me is where I'll be like, I remember this all through like teenage years and stuff. It's like, I would want my friends to like fix something for me. Like I just wanted to be able to go to them and then they were going to like fix it somehow. And I still can relate to that sometimes when I'm feeling like overwhelmed and what do I do? And like, I just want to talk to somebody and them like tell me what to do. Do I really want that? I mean, yes and no, I guess. Like there's just that feeling for it, but no, that's not like actually going to happen. But I relate in that way of just like, please somebody come in and fix this for me or tell me exactly what to do and I'll do it.
I'm realizing there's like so much, I guess I'm like, okay, what answers do I want given to me right now? And I'm like, okay, like if someone came in and they saw my situation, they would tell me what to do. Like I actually didn't even think that many thoughts. It just like, that was the feeling I got of like, okay, like, well, if I didn't have to be the agent to control my life, which I'm really grateful that I finally realized I am the agent that controls my life, because it's taking care of so much resentment and everything else in my life. To just be like, no, you are in charge of your life. What are you going to do about it? Quickly, what came to me are the answers, like the emails I need to send, the phone calls I need to make, the posts I need to make, the writing I need to make, like all of it just came to me. And I'm like, I didn't want that answer. Like it was almost like if I opened myself up to thinking that an answer could be given to me, I have it. It's just internal to me, and then I have to hold myself accountable. I just don't fucking want that, Katie. Like, just like.
Yeah, that's a hard thing. Like, no matter what, it's all kind of you. You're just always just with you. Like, you are the only one that has to live in your body.
You're all you've got? I
mean, in a lot of ways. Again, not that you, of course, there's people that are going to be around you and can help you and whatever, but
it's almost like
it's you.
I feel like when we realize that it's ultimately us, and then we get to the point where like, really I'm all I've got when it comes to these decisions, and I'm like, I accept that. That's when everybody else comes in. That's when all the things come together to meet us. Why is it always the conversations? They point me toward the answers I know I want, but like I don't want to hear them. So much of why I'm starting this project is just to like learn about myself so I can figure it out.
Sure.
Is this like my therapy?
It can be that.
My cash register is kind of distracting. You're gonna have to. It's wild. All right. Did I put this back in the right spot?
Therapy is good. I got to work with these two private clients recently. They were at a burnout retreat, and I was just going to do breath work with them. And just the like heart swell that I get just listening to them talk about what they're learning and one of these women was 71 years old and for the very first time is focusing on herself.
Wow.
And I was just like, I just got a wave of emotion just saying that. Like, it's just so powerful. In my wellness business, I do a lot of different modalities. Like I said, I just fundamentally changed my life in so many ways in the last few years. And so me doing this work is just to be there for other people to hopefully assist them in that same way. To see people finally thinking about themselves when they've only ever thought about other people. People feeling feelings for the first time,
Yeah.
you know, actually letting emotion come up. You know, a lot of people, because that's what I relate to. I was just very rigid, you know, wasn't, you know, feeling my feelings, like shoving everything down and looking perfect on the outside. I've tried to avoid like being you know, having a niche or a niche. It's, you know, any like business coach recommends that, right? You got to find what you got to find that group of people. And I don't really like to do that because I don't want to close anybody out. That being said, for me, I really, you know, connect with midlife women, women going through perimenopause and menopause, women who have left really successful corporate careers due to burnout. You know, so I can find a really deep, heartfelt connection with people like that. So, you know, again, sometimes I question, like, man, should I just lean into that? Just helping people, again, crack open a little bit and just feel better.
When you said, you know, I just want to help people facilitate that change, and when I get to help midlife women that are in that same space, energy with which you said both of those things, significantly different.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck, Katie, like, do the thing that you want to do. Because you're not going to alienate anyone by focusing more on those people that you resonate with, that you know how to speak to. You're going to bring in everyone else that you can.
That's a real, I appreciate that reflection, because I think that's really good. Because it's like I just had this, because it was literally this last week where that really hit me. I was driving because it was an hour away, so I had this drive after, you know, to think about that. Man, because I feel in my circle, like I know a lot of people who've left corporate or left their career or something, but I don't find a lot of people in that I can relate to completely, I guess, with, you know, where I was in career and what I did differently. Yeah, so helping those people it just really feels so powerful when you just talk to people and you can relate. And I'm like, oh man, I have been there, and there is something on the other side, you know?
Yeah, I'm recognizing that when we make the decision to like just focus on the people that like we know the best, that we know we can help the best, is pretty much never to the exclusion of someone else outside of that group. It just means that it's necessarily for those people.
Yeah. It's also like I can choose how to put that out in the world, because where I think sometimes people do make it seem like they're excluding other people, but of course I don't have to do that.
Yeah, you can position it however you want to. And what's funny is like you use the word overdone. It's like, oh, you know, women's retreats might be overdone. You know what's much more overdone is I do wellness for everyone. And I would much rather know what you focus on. And then the part of me that is even the feminine part of me resonates more so with and the burnout part of me, even though I've never been in the corporate world, resonates with the parts of that you're speaking to, and then I'm able to connect more with the passion that you have to like connect with people.
Yeah, it definitely brings the passion out. You're right. And I think sharing my story, which I know you can relate to, you've been writing so much more, and you know, I've done a little bit of writing on that, sharing my story, shared my, you know, cancer journey a bit and things like that. But I have hesitated often to share my full story. It's, you know, uncomfortable for me right now as we're saying it. I hesitate to share my career stuff. I don't know. I just always feel like it's a fine line of what do I share? How much do I share? Anyway,
I mean, I would encourage
but sharing
my
story is
something
I would like to do more.
Your story when I hear you talk about it. There's a lot that I resonate with, even though like we've obviously
it wasn't the exact
different places.
Very
and
different.
I'm really like any of this that I'm saying to you, I'm saying to myself, because I'm just like, God damn it. As I'm like launching a handful of brands, and I'm like, who am I speaking to? Like it's starting to surface, and I'm starting to realize more who I'm speaking to. Yeah. But it's like letting go of that fear of like just saying it fucking out loud so that I can know. Because we're only ever really just speaking to ourselves, because that's the only experience that we have.
Yeah.
And that's our primary avatar. And it's just like, how do we do that in a way that is intelligible and helpful for people? that brings them along on that journey. And that's why like telling a story resonates, and also speaking specifically to a person's situation resonates. And we're just figuring out how to do that collectively.
Yeah. And being vulnerable. Like, I think that's always the way, right? Is like, this messiness, this idea that everybody out there isn't, messy in this way too, right?
Yeah.
The idea that anybody's got it all figured out, anybody, is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so the more that we share, just the figuring it out as we go kind of thing is so important.
It really is the more that we share, like in quantity. We have to go in depth. But I noticed that in my recent writing, as I look at metrics, I'm like, this performed well, this performed less well, this performed terribly. But it's actually the ones that don't perform as well on certain metrics, that because I am just putting out quantity and I'm like letting things land where they land, I actually have a higher, like some people that are closer to me will reach out about the specific things that don't perform well. Mm-hmm. And if I wouldn't have just said, fuck metrics, I'm just consistently putting myself out there and doing more in that direction, like I would not have reached those people in that way. And the quantity and the quality of vulnerability, it's like a really curious play to just like put ourselves out there consistently and make that like how we operate.
I agree with that so much, like especially the part about just not focusing as much on, is this beautiful, is this the high, did I put this in a way that's going to get the most,
am I like performatively vulnerable?
There you go, performative. That's a great word to put. And just doing it more regularly. But then when you even said that, I'm like, but also if you don't do it for a long time and then you just pop back, that's okay too. People can relate to that, right? Like, I was really motivated for a while and then I went and did some other things, but hey, I'm coming back. And I think people can appreciate that.
I have 2 questions left. What is one question that you want to either ask or answer that you are scared to ask or answer?
Oh my gosh. Do you have one?
I answered
to
this
give
in
me
the
more
last
time.
podcast.
I think I have a good one. I'll ask you one. Is this process of call it entrepreneurship or whatever for you, does it feel lonely?
I love that. It used to. It doesn't anymore.
Okay.
And that's part of why I love it. I actually wrote 2 or 3 articles in the spring about it feeling lonely. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was the process of accepting that maybe made it feel less lonely. Okay.
From what I know about you, you're definitely a person who loves people and connection. So I feel like for you, it seems like the entrepreneurship just plus the like being on your own, right?
Yeah.
And not part of a team, not part of a bigger probably just those 2 things, I was just curious.
This is a really good reflection. I often miss working with people. Okay. I reflect on this, like it was either this morning or yesterday. I was reflecting on like, I would love to have, it was actually right before I left my house to come here. I was like, I would love to be a part of like working with the team. Yeah. And I do miss that. Yeah. And I used to, I have also an interesting relationship with loneliness and depression. And so I give loneliness a lot of weight. So I used to feel lonely, whether it be in business or anything else. Like I had this like kind of despairing relationship with loneliness. Okay, yeah. That
you like over focused on it? Is that what you?
It would come up as my like depression. I would get in these places where I would just like my depression would kind of swell up, and it would be like, holy shit, I am just like stuck in despair. From feeling lonely. And since I like have fought that depression and I feel like I've beat it, like I'm actually now in this place where like that type of loneliness just doesn't hit anymore. So sometimes I'm like, I'm alone and I want to be with somebody. So to be honest, part of that is I started a podcast about it. Like I'm just like,
you're figuring out ways. People. Absolutely.
What about for you?
For me? Yeah, gosh, that's an interesting question. I think in general, I've always enjoyed I'm most comfortable on my own.
Yeah.
As you were saying that though about working with a team, I'm like, do I miss that? But generally I really like working on my own. But there are times where, I'll get in, just recently I've been saying it's like I've just been home so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to go sit in a cafe and work just to like change up the scenery, do something different. Yeah, I mean, my world has just gotten bigger and meeting more people. And, there's just so many new experiences and new types of people and things like that it's filling my cup.
That's really what I love about this game. It opens us up to so much possibility.
So much.
And I think founding a business, starting a business, being an entrepreneur, like necessarily, if you're meant for it and you do that actively, like you will find so much more comes to you and is available to you. And that's just part of the process.
Yeah.
I love that question.
Yeah.
It's like, that is why I decided to like go toward cafes as my work. It's like these like third places for whether it's, work from anywhere folks or entrepreneurs or anybody really, like these are really great hubs for connection.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, if I can do anything to promote that, yeah, dig it.
So you had 2 questions though. Do you have another question?
And then where do people find you?
Me. My everything is my name, so Katie Gallenstein. So you can find me at katiegallenstein.com or on Instagram at Katie Gallenstein BSNRN. Those are my main places.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for doing this again.
Yeah.